wanted to think briefly about the relationship between security, operations, security and operations, operational security, all of those things. I mean, traditionally, the kinds of people working in security roles and the kinds of people working in operations roles tend to be quite different. Security people tend to be thinking about risk, tend to be thinking about things going wrong and needing to fix them, but from a oh my goodness, look at that perspective, and then also what to do about it, and a little bit like firefighters, they've seen it before, so they wonder why the rest of the world won't lock their doors and lock the windows and fix things in advance, because things are going to go wrong. So that's the security person's mindset. Whereas the ops person's mindset, again, it's looking at a lot of data about things. It's firefighting, so you've got the firefighter aspect as well. But it doesn't tend to be about risk. It tends to be more about break fix. It's here's something that needs sorting out. Let's sort it out. So there's a big overlap between the two roles, but they're kind of coming from different places, and with different skills and different technical knowledge and so on and so forth. So the question is then how we then look at that from the point of view of these days, more and more operational tools are adding security features. So, for example, being able to look at the existing IT estate and going, oh, well, there's a risk, there's a problem. So I was talking to, for example, Dynatrace. They're adding security features to what their operational platforms can do. And that means that, sure, operational people get a view onto what the security posture of the environment is, how at risk it is. But then it doesn't necessarily land on them to solve for that. But speaking to a Dynatrace customer, it's really interesting how it helps broker that relationship between security and operations, so that security people and operations people can actually have a conversation about where the priorities lie and whether or not something needs fixing. So that, to me, is a good thing. Whether operations tools with security add-ons are going to be as in-depth as security tools with all the security event management, and then being able to do the security analytics, maybe the two platforms will become more and more powerful over time. But in the meantime, it gives some immediate insight, and it enables that conversation to happen. So that's good. And as per the customer, it did actually, the security teams were looking at it going, oh, wow, this is just what we need. So there's definitely a place for that. I think in the longer term, just because when we look at the two worlds from a tooling perspective, the tools are sold to different groups for different reasons. And so we've got, on the security side, you've got security incident and event management, you've got security operations and automation and all that. I can't remember what the R stands for in SOAR. But and then on the ops side, you've got ITSM, you've got observability. Maybe it's time that we started to think about all of these things as views onto the same data. So different needs, different roles, and different workflows and processes. But ultimately, it's all based on logs and traces and events deep down, which is the good old what's the word? Telemetry. There you go. There's the word. It's the telemetry stuff and stacks and so on. So traces. So everything's coming from that information from a live perspective, and then everything's coming from the analytics of being able to scan code, being able to scan libraries and binaries and containers and images and so on, and put the whole lot together. And it gives the right information that the security teams need and that the operations teams need. And they need to talk to each other about how to prioritize fixing stuff, and then communicating, obviously, with the development groups, so that anything that's been caused in-house, either in code or in infrastructure as code, in the way that things have been configured, bring in some platform engineering there, etc. Everyone should be able to see all of this information presented in the right way to the right roles as a communications tool as much as an observability tool. There you go for the day. Thank you.